So, now that you tried to solve this exercise on your own, let's give it a shot together, shall we? And first of all, what we have to understand is, let's just use the example, the previous example, that we have some data variable and it's of a floating point type, right? And for example, we had like 12.7. And with what we are requested to do is to extract this information, this 0.7, after the decimal point. So, first of all, what I want us to do is just a quick reminder of how would you extract just the integer type, right? Just this 12 without the 0.7. And based on the result and based on the way that we are going to do it and the way that we've done it previously, we are going to extract also this 0.0. So I hope you're ready. Get yourself something nice to drink or maybe a pen and to write some notes, and here we go. So the first thing that we have to do is to declare a variable, float data, right? Right afterwards, we are going to read this data, this value from the user. So printf, enter the data of floating point type, for example, okay? Here we are going to read this data from the user by using the scanf function, and we are going to use the %f and to write it into data. That's how we are going to solve it, okay? So that's the first step. Now what we have to do is, if we want to print the integer itself, for example, the 12, the full part of this decimal number, what we have to do is simply use printf, the decimal or the integer part equals to %d, okay? And instead of this %d, if we would have used data, okay, then let's see what will happen. So build and run it. Let's say we have 12.7, and you will see some really strange number, right? 161061. What is that? Okay, I'm trying just to get the %d of data. So there is a problem here. Why didn't we get just 12? And the reason is very simple, because data is stored as a float, right? As a float in memory. And we are trying to read this information as an integer. So here we have a problem, okay? I'm not going to dive into all the details, into all the bytes and bits, let's say, of this variable and how it's being read, but simply know that if you stored it as a float and you're trying to read it without any explicit casting as an integer, then unexpected behavior may occur. So what you have to do is, for example, to use explicit casting and to specify here int, okay, so that's an explicit casting, and if we are going to build and run it, you will see that you get the integer part as 12 because you know that int is an explicit casting if you use it this way, and it will simply take the integer part of a given floating point number like we have here with data. So I hope that's clear, right? No questions about it. If you still have any questions, feel free to ask them. And all that remains right now is to print not the integer part, but rather the decimal part after the decimal point. So how it can be done? It's very simple, because you know that the initial data is 12.7, for example. And we know how to get the integer part, the full part of it. So if we will take the actual data, and subtract it with a 12, okay, so if we use something like this, so we know how to get the 12, and we are going to use 12.7 minus 12, and it will give us, what do you think? It will give us 0.7, which is exactly the floating point, the decimal part that we wanted to get. So how should we do it? So printf the decimal part after the floating point equals to %f, And here, instead of this percentage f placeholder, we are going to take the data, right? That's the initial data, and use subtraction of int data. So we simply took 12.7 minus 12, right? Because we take just the integer part, and basically what we got is the decimal part out of a given floating point variable, out of a given floating point value. So let's build and run it and see what happens. So enter the data of floating point type, let's say 12.7, and there you go. The decimal part is this one, the integer part is that one. Freaking awesome. And what now we have to do, let's do another example. We don't have to do anything right now. Basically, no, there was one thing that I wanted to do is simply to kind of limit the number of zeros that we can see to 0.1, for example, okay, or 0.2. Let's make it like this. So let's say 5.75. So we expect the integer part to be 5 and the decimal part to be 0.75. So 5 and 0.75. Awesome, guys. I think that's amazing. Good job. I guess that by now you start feeling like you're more confident with your knowledge and with applying your skills in our C programming language. So keep on practicing, keep on working hard, and trust me, guys, there is no reason why, if you have a lot of free time, I hope you do. If not, try to find always some balance. Try to find some free time to exercise and to solve more exercises. You're not wasting time. For those of you who say, oh, that's very easy, I know this one, I know how to solve this one. No, it's not the case. It's the more you practice, the better you will be. The more you learn, the smarter you probably will be. So take your time, put in the hustle, the hard work, and I guess you're about to succeed. So my name is Vlad, this is Alpha Tech. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.